if I'm playing DB and Coach Prime tells me that I'm a guy, he handpicked me, hand selected me. That's the stamp of approval I need right there. If I didn't have all the way, if my confidence wasn't supreme yet, that would take my confidence to a new level.
Wake up, tap in, drop a super chat now. Morning run go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. Hey runner, grab your coffee.
Yeah, that look. Let's just dive right into it, boss. Like you've had the winter off season, you had spring ball, you've been there to witness strength and conditioning, do some classroom stuff, and of course, from time to time, the players are off doing their own thing with PLPs. But as we sit here in mid-June, late June now, as a matter of fact, what's your assessment and direction of your offense and getting locked in?
Yeah, the word I would say is really just development. I mean, just really the whole man, not just the football side of it, but what we've done in the weight room with Swayze, as far as developing the physical, the mental aspect of, really pouring into these guys, bringing in a psych team to work with them and really change a lot of these guys' mindsets. Spiritual Coach Niblet pouring into them from a faith standpoint. I mean, we've really just not skipped the letter in the process. We're just trying to make sure we hit every letter in the alphabet and make sure these guys understand that, it's not we just show up and get results. It's a process that it takes for that to happen. And every day these guys have really, when they're in Boulder, we say it's work time. When we're in Boulder, it's time to sprint, it's time to work and maximize the minutes. And I think, I'm really proud of the staff and the players for maximizing the time when we're in Boulder, that we're all working towards a common goal and everybody's trying to be the best you for CU to be successful.
Love it.
Hey, we had Coach Shad on this week, and he talked about relationships and also recruiting. Can we talk about some of the guys' characteristics? We know smart, fast, tough, discipline with character. We'll talk about some of the guys that you guys have recruited, got commitments from, and looking to bring in next season.
Yeah, they told me back in the day I'm not allowed to use characteristics to describe people because I'm very visual. So I remember my first time in a meeting, and the coach asked me, "Well, what's the player's attributes?" I said, "Coach, he cut up like a bag of dope." It's like I gotta be careful.
My
But
God.
the things that the things that are important to us is does this guy love football? Is he a
Yeah.
person that has a great story, and is he doing it for somebody? Does he have a strong why? I think every young man that has visited our program, has really possessed those things. And so I always say, like, nobody knows, but the point guard who makes everything go is pretty Tony. Ray and
Absolutely.
Box, they do a really good job. Michaela, Rich, I mean, there's a lot of people in recruiting who don't get a lot of the credit, but they're the ones, making the calls every day, doing all those little things. We got little Peter Wark Jr. I'm trying not to miss nobody. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys that uh, you know, Carl Reed's son, like, there's a lot of guys in there that are doing a lot of work to make sure we bring in the right players and they have the right things that we're looking for. I've been excited about the crop of kids. I've been excited about coaches, approach to letting us go get some of these high school kids and him, signing off on them, and like I tell a lot of these kids, like, when you get here, it's one thing to be stamped by, a little recruiting guy in the room, no disrespect, but it's different when Deion Sanders says this guy's a guy. Like, if I'm playing DB and Coach Prime tells me that I'm a guy, he handpicked me, hand selected me. If I'm playing receiver, DB, I'm looking like that's that's the stamp of approval I need right there. If I didn't have all the way, if my confidence wasn't supreme yet, that would take my confidence to a new level. And so, um, like, these kids have to understand, like, who they're actually getting to work with. I've been proud of the families that chosen us, regardless of what the results were last year. Um, they're choosing Colorado, and we're in battles with real teams. We're not in battles with, we're not recruiting just, lower tier guys. We're in battles with the top programs in the country that were in the playoffs last year, that went to the championship, that,
Mm-hmm.
we're in battles with teams like that. So that lets you know the type of work that we're doing and the caliber of player that we're going after.
Now, Coach, you said something that I really try to tell everybody in the building. I don't care what your role is in the organization, because every role is important to us winning games. And I simply tell them this, like, you have the head coach who is no doubt about it the best ever at his position, arguably the best player in football ever, period. There's a good argument for that. And then he had the same level of Hall of Fame career in broadcasting and marketing and business. And if he has vetted you and tapped you and selected you to be a part of his organization, how do you ever wake up in the morning and doubt yourself? Like, if you ever let doubt creep in, when you realize, like, damn, look who wants me to be here, that got to mean something. And so I love what you said about that to the young people we've been recruiting. Like, you have been touched and selected by Deion Sanders himself.
No doubt. I mean, to me, I don't know how some of these kids grew up, but, in my house, prime time was, like, it was a big deal. Like, just from the standpoint, I remember my mom being like, hey, boy, we don't like the Cowboys in this house. You know what I mean? We from Pittsburgh. Like, I'm like, I don't really like the Cowboys. I like Deion Sanders. You know what I
mean? Yeah. I tell people all the time, he was one of them ones that kind of ushered in that era of just rooting for a player rather than a team, especially for someone who came from a place like me who didn't have a professional team. And once he left Atlanta, he goes to San Francisco, then San Francisco to Dallas. We like that player. So if he's going to this team, we got to kind of cheer for this team also.
Absolutely.
It's a different era.
Coach, let me hit you with this, man. Speaking of Coach Prime, he didn't just hire you to, like, call plays. He hired you to change the identity, of this offense. And so I want to kind of fast forward. I know we're here in late June, got to go through July and fall camp in August and win these games. But I want to fast forward to, say, it's Thanksgiving and we sitting there eating Coach Solomon food before that last game. What do you want Colorado football to be known for, by Thanksgiving? What are people saying about your offense as we get to that time in the year?
Winning, toughness, guys that play together, explosive plays, and a show. I want that's what every player on our team is looking for. It's not about one guy. It's about the whole collective unit as a whole. And it's about being 1 point better than the opponents that we play. And whatever it takes to get that done, if that's running, throwing, 7 linemen on the field, a fullback, a tight end, 4 receivers, 2 quarterback, whatever it takes to get that done, that's the ultimate goal at the end of the game when the clock hits 0, to be 1 point better than the opponents that we play. And so that's been everybody's mindset and goal, and everybody's working on that each and every day. And we're trying not to, think about we go to Atlanta on this day. We're just trying to dominate each day and be 1-0 each day. And, so when we get the opportunity to actually play a game, that's who we are.
Morning run.
Wake up, tap in, drop a super chat now. Morning run, go dumb, funniest in town. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down. If you ain't sub yet, sit your ass down.
Y'all make sure y'all go to mybookie.ag, man, and put your brackets in for the World Cup that's going on right now. And you can go bet on WNBA stats and games and things of that nature, player props and parlays and everything else right now going on mybookie.ag. Mybookie.ag, that's the place you need to be.
Tell you something I tell people, when I don't go say all the time, but when I'm moved to tell them, I share this with them. If I didn't take nothing else from Jesus, I took these 2 things. As a man, I took these 2 things. That as special as he was, unique as he was, and being the only one like him that ever was, if he had to walk off and go be alone, why I think I don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If his friends doubted him to the point where he had to cry, what make you think I ain't supposed to cry?
Say that again.
And when you learn how to go be by your damn self for a minute or two, particularly when the test coming, And when you learn how to release your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
if he had to do it, what make you think they ain't got to do it?
That's right.
Better learn how to cry.
Hey.
There's
Better
nothing
learn how
wrong
to
with
walk
crying.
off. Staying put and keeping them emotions bottled up and get you in a world of trouble.
A world of trouble.
Sometimes you just got to walk off. Coach Prime say out of all his abilities, to get catching the ball, throwing the ball, shooting the ball, running, out of all his abilities, his success is attached to his ability to say no and walk away.
Dang. So many of us hold on too long, and it's holding us back.